Hey there, everyone. It's Joshua from Haywood Studios. Did you miss me? Okay, if you didn't, that's okay, but before we get started with this review, let me start with a couple things. Number one, I'm so sorry this took so long to do. We'd be no surprise if I told you that I had school. I finished it at the beginning of May, and now I'm free, so I'll be able to do more videos like this. But secondly, I will make sure never to take so long on a series ever again. I'm really sorry about the spacing between these videos. My upload schedule has been really bad, due again to real life situations such as the school year. With that out of the way, let's finish up this series of movies from my 20th birthday, and that movie would be Shazam. That looks pretty nice sitting there next to my TV. Shazam is a movie that came out in the year 2019. Shazam tells the story of young Billy Batson, a 15-year-old boy who gets adopted into a foster family, and then one day he comes across a wizard while trying to ride a subway train, trying to escape from some school bullies, and he obtains powers to make him Shazam. And then as the movie progresses, you get to watch Shazam grow as a hero, or should I say Billy grows a hero, and you get to see him fight the bad guy, which I'll get to in a moment. Now, of the movies that I've listed in my birthday series that I have liked, I've said Man of Steel was good, I really liked Wonder Woman, and I liked Aquaman, but I didn't think it was as good as the previous two movies I just mentioned. But if I had to pick one movie that was absolutely my favorite, I would have to say Shazam. Because this movie is not just a superhero movie, it's also a tale about finding family. What makes the movie so enjoyable is watching Billy Batson learn to accept the foster family as his own. It's a really touching movie, to say the least. Billy Batson's growth as a character is somewhat predictable if you look at it and see it as a movie where he learns to just stop pushing people away and learns to accept the people that's been placed in his life. Yeah, you kind of tell where the movie would be going by me describing it. But he's really a relatable guy, just trying to find belonging and love, and finding it in the people he probably didn't want to feel loved by in the first place. There are other kids in the movie that are part of the foster family. The one kid that we follow the most is named Freddie Freeman, and he usually tags along with Billy, and he goes along with him mainly in many of the scenes in the movie. He's the only kid that appears to have some form of a growth besides Billy Batson. Even though I would argue Billy Batson is the one child character in the movie that experiences the most growth. Which is kind of the point of the movie. After all, it is titled Shazam. Let's talk about actually the superhero Shazam himself. I really like how the grown adult actor, Zachary Levi, was able to portray a teenage child behavior through his acting. He could make you believe that he was actually a 15-year-old who looks like an adult with a giant lightning bolt. And the way they reveal Shazam's powers, I think is really unique, because when Billy first becomes Shazam, it's not immediately like all of a sudden he gets his powers and then poof, he's a superhero. The way Billy finds his superpowers, it resembles that of a coming of age story. In a sense, he finds his powers slowly as the movie plods along and takes you with it, and that's a really, really smart decision in my opinion. I think that was brilliant, and it makes Shazam a more likable character, and we actually get to experience being a superhero with him. Now, it wouldn't be fair to mention Billy and Freddie without mentioning all the other kids in the movie. You might think for a movie like this, there would have to be an annoying kid in this. Luckily, there isn't. All the kids in the movie are nice. They are lovable, even though you don't really see any characterization with them. And the parents, I have to say, those are some pretty good parents. The movie really did a good job of establishing a loving, caring family. It's usually something we don't see in movies nowadays. Usually there's somebody has a deep flaw that runs throughout the movie, like the dad's clumsy, or one of the kids is a jerk, like in Home Alone. In Home Alone, there's a lot of kids in there that are really mean. But in this movie, all the kids are really nice. They're kind. Okay, maybe not Billy. He's not always the nicest, but that doesn't make him unlikable. Every kid in this movie you can easily enjoy watching, and they're all really, really lovable kids. I really love the family dynamic that was set up in this movie. Now let's talk about the one thing that I think a lot of people go to see when they watch superhero movies. The action. It is really good. I love the action. A lot of the fights resemble that of the final battle in Man of Steel. I will say that. But the action in here is really enjoyable to watch, and it's because you care about the characters of Billy Batson and Freddie Freeman and all the other kids he's been hanging around with in the foster family. You care about those people. You want to see Billy grow. And these fights can act as a progression of Billy's character. There are also some unique aspects of the movie that I didn't really expect to see, but in order to go through the first aspect, I need to address the major problem with the movie, in my opinion, and that is its villain. He is given an interesting backstory at the beginning of the film, and you understand why he does what he does in the movie. But the filmmakers chose not to do anything with this character. He just reaches a certain point in the movie, and he just stays there. He's this power-hungry villain throughout 2/3 of the movie. The first 1/3, he's interesting. He could be a likable villain, but not really. There's no real creative decisions made with the character. Although he is fearsome, I will say. Why is this unique? Well, what the villain uses to fight Billy Batson, aka Shazam, are surprisingly some, let me just say, evil spirits. And there's a scene in the movie that I will say is particularly scary, and I did not expect that. It's not too scary. They don't show any gore or bloody violence, but it's implied some scary stuff happens. And that's probably because the director, David F. Sandberg, worked on movies like Lights Out. But yeah, there are some scary scenes in this movie. I will go ahead and warn you that. The last cool aspect I want to say about this movie is that this movie has a lot of callbacks to some of Zack Snyder's work. In fact, there's a scene in this movie, a brief moment, where there is a callback to Batman v Superman. And I thought that was really cool. It definitely seems like the director was just paying homage to Snyder, in a sense. Overall, to summarize, I would say this is a fantastic superhero movie and a must-see for anyone who is a fan of the genre. It has likable characters, it has a good plot. The villain may be a disappointment, but that's not really a huge issue, I will add. But the characters all really drive the story and will make anyone who loves movies with humor and heart, as well as a lot of action in it, smile. On a scale of 1 to 10, I will give Shazam a 9. This is a movie that I think any superhero fan should see, and please let me know in the comments what you think of Shazam. I don't know what kind of videos I'm going to make after Shazam. I was thinking maybe review some comic books. I know the last comic book review I got, a lot of people seem to like that, so I thought, why not give some more reviews of comic books on this channel. If you want that, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like to tell me that you enjoyed the video. If you want to support the channel, the best way to do it is to hit the red subscribe button. That should be on the bottom right of the area below the screen. And I will see you in my next video. Let me just say this, I don't know when it'll come out. I can't guarantee it'll come out soon, but I know I am going to make another video. I promise. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this, and thank you for watching.